Hello, this is Sage the Balloon Sage, and while designing columns for my upcoming balloon decor video series, I somehow twisted together this unique Orca killer whale balloon model. The balloons I used to construct this awesome whale are as follows: a white 350 and a black 350, that'll make up the body and the head. Then you're going to grab 4 black 260s, and if you want to get really detailed, grab that paint pen for that classic false eye, and a little scrap of neon pink for the actual eye. Inflate your 2 350s and tie them together. We're going to be starting with the head, appropriately enough. And I'd say about a 5-finger cylinder twist you're going to want to make, but you're going to want to kind of push from the back and make sure it's nice and plump. The top of the head, it just gives it a better aesthetic. And we're going to match up. Actually, it's just going to be a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner bubble for the jaw, give the head a nice shape, and tie it together right here. For the body, the cylinder twists are 11 fingers long, I believe, so let's measure that out. And we're going to come right back up, and you're going to have 2 of them. Again, beat them up. The black will come up the top, and the white will be on the bottom, which will form the belly. But first, we have to make a soft pinch twist right here for the neck, and that will kind of stabilize everything on the bottom. Nice and malleable. Careful. And then continue the 350 white along the bottom. Inflate that first 260, take the nozzle, and you're going to tie it directly into the neck. There's going to be 2 stabilization pinch twists, one on each side, which you should be familiar with if you've ever seen any of my tutorials. Tie that in. And same rules as always, just give yourself a nice malleable bubble here to work with. And carefully create that pinch twist. Come around the other side. You want all this tied together, of course. Nice and tight without making it pop. And we'll create our second one on this side. Portion of 260 we have left over, we're going to give the head a little bit more personality with this 260 going right around the head as it is now. So a little bit softer. The head looks better already. And tie it directly into that whole cluster once again. I'm going to break this off and tie it off, because you can use the scrap, or if you have enough balloons. Put this aside for now, if you need it. And we'll keep tying this together. And you should have this. Grab the remainder of your 350 and make, I'd say, a 7-finger bubble, cylinder twist. 7, 8, something like that. And you're going to push it forward to give that head the proper position. And at this point, we're going to introduce that scrap that we had left over. And I wanted to show you this. You're going to have to let it go for a second. But I would say tie it directly into the groove there. And again, the stabilization pinch twists make an appearance. So there's one, not too big. Here's the second one. And then we're going to make a small bubble, about maybe 4-finger, maybe 3, 3.5, something like that. This is going to go directly into here. But first, yes, we have to make a stabilization pinch twist. They're not seen here, but I'm going to add this now because I think it'll make it a more cohesive design. So, push it off, easier to put together. Stick the pinch twist in the middle of the body, pull it out the back, and this is where the tail will be protruding from, right there. And now we construct the dorsal fin. So give it that characteristic shape. We got this extra here. This we pop off. Give it its characteristic shape. And again, you may need a whole secondary balloon for this, but I was trying to save a little money on balloons here for you. Tie it in. Now the head's still not quite in the right position, so as well as pushing forward right here, we're going to have to pull from under here. Pull back and attach it right at this pinch twist. The head will aim more downward, which is more in line with the actual position naturally. So I don't know how much. I guess it's a little less than the sides on the way. And then tie it up. And yeah, we're good to go. Just pop this off, send it flying. Finish off tying. And let's see exactly how are we going to do this. Okay, let's tie it in here for sure. Let's do the pinch twist. So, tiny one on each side, just to make sure everything's secure. One. And there's the other one. Okay. Okay, we're set. Come around to make the tail. From either side. We're just going to do a quick twist. Just like that, just enough to give it a nice length. Tie it off, and we're going to do pretty much a standard mermaid tail. So, one that's longer, and one that's a little shorter. Tie it. One that's longer, so it matches. And one that's a little shorter. Going to make a stabilization pinch twist. Again, one for the top and one for the bottom. A lot of the same techniques. I like to utilize the same techniques to construct various designs. Position. Throw that away. There we go. Position one on top and one on the bottom. With the tail. The pectoral fins are actually a separate piece that you construct on its own. This is a pinch twist, followed by a 9-finger cylinder twist, and then a 7. This makes one of the pectoral fins. Now, this technique's a little strange because you have to have 2 of these. You make a pair of them, but between them, there is a barely filled little bubble of air, and this is going to stretch across the top of the head. So, pull this up, push it around just like that, almost like putting headphones on, and pull this down to either side as much as you can, sticking it in that neck crease. So you got one on each side, beautiful, but you need to secure it by taking this, breaking it off, creating something to tie right here, a nice slack piece. And we're going to go around the bottom as tight as possible, get it around that whole design, and bring those pectoral fins down like that. Very tight, tie it on, and then just position them. I think that looks good. You can actually shape them. Once you've constructed your model, you can really bring it to life with a few simple details, beginning by grabbing your Sharpie paint pen and drawing that false eye, that white spot on the orca's head. And if you want to make some 3D eyes, well, just inflate a tiny little portion of either a neon pink or a red or something like that, and make 2 little bubbles, tie them together, and stick one on either side of the head. It's just that simple. Thank you so much for joining me. Whew, I'm so tired. I'm making a ton of balloon decor inspired by Ask Me for a Balloon's Tanya. Can't wait to show you that. But for now, this will tide you over. Thanks a lot. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.